the guy you got meth with in the middle of the night is now your husband.
Exactly.
Hey, babe. Welcome to Big Girl Thoughts. Real women, real talk, real faith. I'm Ashley, and this is our space to connect, laugh, and dive into life's beautiful, messy parts. Every Big Girl Thoughts are worth celebrating. Grab your coffee or a glass of wine, get comfy, and let's journey together, one real, raw, and remarkable conversation at a time. Hey, babe, welcome back to Big Girl Thoughts. I cannot wait to introduce to you my guest. This is a gal that everybody wants to be friends with. She is just a light. She has a pure heart. She is great because she laughs at all my jokes at church, even when they're inappropriate. She's my biggest fan. I love her. I know you will too. Don't let her tiny frame fool you. She is a mighty prayer warrior. Welcome, Leah.
Yay! Aw.
So grab your coffee and your wine and join us for a conversation. Hi, Leah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
I
I'm
love your
good.
shirt.
Thank you.
That's so cute. Is it a one piece or two?
It is a one piece.
Okay.
And I
love it.
look like a lawyer. So that's what I am today.
Well, if I need to lawyer up, I know who I'm calling.
Please call me.
Oh my gosh, you think you look like a lawyer?
I don't know. A librarian, a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I look really fancy is all I know.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored.
Do you remember when we met? Was it a classic Ashley alcohol joke at church?
I cannot remember the very first time I met you, but
Okay.
there have been so many moments where I'm like, I love this girl and I love that you're real and authentic and so much laughter. Like that's all I can remember when I think of your face is that we laugh.
We
so-
knew we were sisters.
Yeah.
When ... right?
Right.
We could just like fill in that blank.
Fill
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
I can't thank you enough for coming on. I absolutely love your story. You have so many different parts too that I think a lot of women are going to relate with. Let's get to it. So tell me, I always like to start with childhood. Wah, wah. Some people are like, no. But I want to just talk about like who Leah was, the baby, the little Leah. Did you grow up in church? Like, let's start there. And then we're going to get to the good part of your story, how you met your husband.
Yeah. Well, that the part when I was young really plays a part into the whole story because I grew up in Southern California and I was born in a family who loved Jesus. My dad had strong roots in his faith. However, there was a lot of addiction already as a young baby and as a young girl. We went to church. I can remember like as young as 6, 7, 8 being in church, and we just didn't go to one service. We went to all the services, the Sunday morning, the Sunday night, the Wednesday night. I was in the plays. Like we were very involved. And during that time, my parents, were kind of going in and out of learning who they were with God, but also struggling with addiction. Alcohol and gambling. And we unfortunately got kicked out of that church that I was very heavily involved in, but I met Jesus in that place. I remember lifting my hands and feeling his presence and feeling his love. But it really radically changed when we weren't able to have community and I wasn't able to be in those moments.
You got kicked out because of your mom and dad's alcoholism?
Yeah, we all did because he was a leader. He spoke, he was a guest speaker. So and mind you, like, I don't know those conversations. I don't know what they said to him. I know that from what my parents said that they were asked to leave which is so sad because they were struggling so much. They needed community. They needed people to love on them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were asked to leave, and from there on, life kind of changed. It really felt different after that.
Downward spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your parents were asked to leave, so they obviously, the embarrassment, the shame, everything sort of took over from there, and then sort of talk about like what then that was like a tipping point.
Yeah, so they were so hurt. They were so hurt, and I'm young watching this happen. I don't even fully understand what's going on, but in hindsight, I do remember.
Wait, how old were you?
I had to be a 9 or 10-year-old, 5th grade, I think. I remember them not trusting people, like really guarding who they let into our lives. And I know that my dad still relied on the Lord heavily because he would read his Bible every single day. I have so many memories of like waking up in the morning, he's awake in his office and he's reading the Bible. But things changed. I believe that alcoholism had a firm grip, and it kind of pushed him more into thinking like, why even have community? Why would you even have community? I don't need to do this with community because I have God, and that's all I need, and he's all I need, which unfortunately is a lie that he believed, and that my mom believed too, because my mom was really great at being obedient to my dad. I've never met anybody more obedient to their husband than my mom. I applaud her for that.
Wow.
But also she maybe couldn't speak her mind as much as she wanted to and say like, just questioning the decisions that were made. So we moved a lot. We moved from problems. He moved us. I think I moved twice in elementary school, twice in middle school, and then twice in high school. And so that constant movement, that constant running, was very difficult. Very difficult. The good thing was I learned to make friends really well because I was constantly being put in those uncomfortable situations of like, hi, my name's Leah. Like, do you want to be my
new girl
friend?
again?
Yes.
Yeah. My dad was in the Air Force, so we moved so much. And you saying that you guys moved because you ran from the problems, I think that's so interesting. We had to move.
Yeah.
Because that's what every 2 years, you get stationed somewhere else. But I never really thought of it like that too. But we had to reintroduce ourselves, like restart here and again and again. Yeah. Interesting.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I was 12, maybe, we had to move to Texas because my parents were both from Texas. So we would move from California to Texas, California to Texas. So we moved there, and that's when we moved to this small town outside of Fort Worth. And things really started to take a turn. I started to smoke cigarettes, and I would find, it was so gross. I'd find them on the ground, literally like butts of other people's cigarettes. And I would smoke them. And I think about it now and I'm like, what was wrong with me? Like, truly, that's absolutely disgusting. But I don't know, the fix or the looking back at my life, I think I was just wanting to, you get a little buzz off of cigarettes. Like you get a little tiny buzz off of it. Yes. Especially when you don't do it and then all of a sudden
you do it. Okay. So
so I think I was like, ooh, what's this?
Nicotine rush.
Yep. And so that started, and then
wait, hold on. I think I need like a nicotine rush. Anyway.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Well, now everybody's wearing the patches and stuff now. And I don't know. I guess it's like a lower milligram or whatever you want to.
I am so interested in that. Like if there is, because God did make, like nicotine is from the earth. We, of course, pervert everything. So
Right.
we, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like smoking at this point just because
Yeah.
I quit smoking.
Sure.
But the patch could be great.
Yeah, that
I don't
could be
know.
great. So you did the smoking thing.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit into just what was that moment that got really dark for you? Can you talk about just that moment where we all just go, "Mm." Well, actually, maybe we're not even aware we're in it.
That's what it was.
It's usually what it is,
That's
right?
exactly
You hadn't
what
hit
it is.
rock bottom yet. So before that part, can you talk
So
about a little bit?
yeah, so it was around that exact time. I was looking for approval in boys. So I was just so hell bent on, does this person like me?
Because you didn't get it from daddy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I did. I think I got approval from my dad. My dad loved me so much. I don't think that, what I think is I was trying to feel that sense of love that I got from Jesus. That perfect love where everything in you is complete. Everything. You don't care at that point what you're saying or what you're doing because you're accepted. You're fully accepted.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to get back there. I don't think I knew how to get there, clearly. But what happened was I was looking for love. I started talking to this guy who was 16 years old. I was 12. And of course, he had interest in me. He had a girlfriend. And I think they broke up for like a week. And I was just wanting his attention, did whatever I could to get it. And I lost my virginity at the age of 12.
Oh my God.
In hindsight, when I see a little girl or a little boy, like I can really see now how just not right that is. But at the time,
Yeah.
no one ever told me. And this is, I think, what my parents, could have done. And I'll have to apologize to my mom later. But
Yeah.
like looking me in the eyes and being like, Leah, you're holy, you're pure, your body is a temple. Like I think they taught me those things, but really, like, why do we keep ourselves pure and holy? Why? Is it because God doesn't want us to have pleasure? No, it's because God wants us to have pleasure in our marriage when we are married, because that's what he meant it for, So I went out one night and I went to this guy's house. I lost my virginity, and that's where innocence was just taken. It was gone at that point. And things changed. Life changed. I looked at everything different. I looked at myself different. And it was heartbreaking.
I was just talking to Chris, my awesome camera guy, before you came over, and we were talking about how what is modeled to us is it's such a mind screw because, I mean, it can be. Not everybody, I mean, there's people that have had solid childhoods, right? And their parents had solid marriage and they're still together today. And probably like you, I didn't grow up in a Christian home, but I saw two people not model anything that I wanted in a marriage. And I just think that I think we take those little pieces and then we just make decisions. And, we have a forgiving, loving father, right? That forgives us. But I do think that there's that similarity in us that, we possibly could have made this subconscious decision based on what we didn't see in a relationship.
For sure.
And so here we are, like, looking for it, in all the wrong places, right?
Yes, you're right, because my parents, they were so great. I was safe. Our home was safe. They didn't argue in front of me. They had financial issues that they kept from me, which I get all now, being a parent myself, that I'm like, you don't want to burden your kids.
Sure.
You don't want to put that stuff on them.
Yep.
But you also don't learn healthy ways to deal with things when you don't ever see it.
Gosh, yeah.
And no parent is ever going to be perfect. And they did the best that they could. They really did the best that they could with having an active addiction as well.
Right.
So that's the other piece that wasn't modeled. Sobriety wasn't modeled. So I could steal beers from them. I could steal alcohol. They caught me one time. Like, this was a little bit after that sad story, and some of their beers were gone, and they were like, "Leah, did you take our beers?" I was like, "I washed my hair with it. I washed my hair with the beer." And I know it was so bad. Like, they believed it. They believed it. But like, I did wash my hair with one, but I drank the other. Like, so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be good for your hair. I don't
Okay.
know. I made
Who
that
knew?
up. I don't know. That's probably not real. But that's what you do. You lie, because lying comes with it comes with being addicted to things. It goes hand in hand.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so then you were with the 16-year-old. Obviously, that didn't work.
Right.
And then what sort of kind of happened after that? And you can cut to,
Yeah, so I think rejection happened after that. He got back with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
Did you think you loved him at 12?
Yeah, for sure I thought I loved him. But even more than that, I saw the power that we as females have with our bodies. And I think
true.
that's what I got addicted to. So he rejected me. I felt that rejection. It was real. I couldn't deny it. He didn't want to be with me. But I knew that in that time, somehow I got his attention. Somehow I was able to get him to like me, even if for a moment. Did I understand what I was giving away? No. So this happened over and over. This was a pattern that happened. I would like a boy. I was always second choice. I was never somebody's like all. And
Interesting.
so I think what I did was I started to numb those feelings.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel good to
Fill the
feel
void.
like that. Yeah, feels awful. So yeah, alcohol. And if we fast forward to high school, because we moved back to California, I went to Villa Park High School, which is in Orange County. It's like one of the richest areas in Orange County, besides Laguna Beach. And I really started to do some really destructive things. I started to smoke weed every single day, started to take ecstasy like every single weekend.
Yeah.
As a 14-year-old, and again, making those decisions sexually. So it got really dark. It got really dark. I thought it was normal. I took it on as my identity. I was the party girl. I was all of the things that I wanted.
Were you guys connected to a church?
No.
No.
We weren't connected to a church
Okay,
then.
so you had totally, your family had kind of fallen away.
Yep.
After.
Not going to church.
Okay.
Still, my dad is reading his Bible. Still, he is speaking truth into me. Like, he always told me how much Jesus loved me. He always told me, no matter what you do, Leah, like, Jesus is there for you. So I knew that. I knew that I was a Christian. I knew that.
Yeah.
But again, not being obedient. And the love language of God is obedience. So like
It's so true.
Rebellion is not his style. And I was highly rebellious.
Yeah.
But he was with me. He was there. So it's a lot that happened in high school. I got I got a boyfriend then in junior year who was the first boy who treated me properly and put me at his first, like, it was wild. It was it felt like, I don't even know how to explain it. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped drinking as much. I was like, oh my goodness.
He
Like,
treated you like a queen?
yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't, he was like, I wanted to have sex. And he was like, no, let's wait. And he went to church. And so
Wow.
I was like,
You're like,
okay,
who is this guy?
literally, it makes you kind of feel
Mhm.
like weird because you're not used to being treated like that. So we were together for a long time. We were together for like 2 years in high school. It was really a good time. And fortunately, my self-destructive behavior caught up with me, and I made some bad decisions at a party. He found out about it. He took me back. I did it again. So this is how an addict works. This is how we roll. If you Sobriety is not enough. You have to be in love with Jesus. He has to be your all, because you can't have just sobriety. Your old patterns catch up with you.
Yeah.
It's your identity. It's who you think that you are. That's what matters. So when that happened, of course, huge disappointment.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, come here. You have something to say? What is your story? Tell us your story.
I know. This happened yesterday. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you were in a dark, dark place. He broke up with you.
Yes.
And then
I really just went into a spiral of alcohol and just I lost so many friends during this period of time after.
how old are you now?
I am
You're still in Orange County.
18.
18. Okay.
Yeah. I thought very little of myself at that time, and I lost a lot of girl relationships, which I think I really needed at that time, but
Okay. So,
oh,
listener, my dog is wanting to come in, and we're battling
this
a baby, an 8-month-old
yeah.
baby right now,
Yes.
with a lot of fur, and
A lot of things to say.
And he just got fixed. So, anyway, okay. Well, we're just going to continue,
Okay.
Leah. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Don't apologize, please. So yeah, I got a job at a sunglass company in Orange County called Black Flies Sunglasses.
Okay.
And
I lived in LA and I totally remember the brand.
It was super awesome. Like, I felt so cool. I was a receptionist.
Yeah.
And they were in Costa Mesa at the time. It kind of unfortunately had so many drugs there. Like, the owner of that company would come in. He had just gone back from Amsterdam, and he would bring like pure MDMA, and we would like literally stop working at noon.
Wow.
And just do.
He's like, here's
drugs.
the smorgasbord of
a lot of cocaine, a lot of
gosh.
pills, a lot of alcohol.
You were like, I love this job.
I literally was like, oh, this is my life now. Like, I just fully embodied it. And I didn't frown upon it at all. Like, this was just party. But they knew me. Even those hardcore guys who partied, to them, I was an extreme alcoholic. So like, they were like, when you party, you get crazy. And I'm like 19 years old and not even old enough to drink. But they were getting me into clubs. We would go to San Diego. We would go to this trade show, and it was just wild parties, and everything was handed to me. So that, what happened at that time was, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but in 2003, Vicodin started coming on the stage. So Vicodin was a huge thing. Xanax and Vicodin in Southern California made their way, and people didn't understand what was happening. So you were just popping pills as you're drinking or as you're smoking weed, but these pills are highly addictive. So I had popped some pills, and day 3, I don't have any. I'm just it's a regular day, and your body is going through a withdrawal that you have never experienced with any other. Heroin addicts understand this, but I had never touched heroin at this time. So forever.
Yeah.
Go me.
Can you tell me about that withdrawal? What happens?
Oh my goodness. It's the worst. It's like a flu-like symptom where your body is achy. You get the creepy crawlies, which is like restless leg syndrome, but you're
But
like
all over.
all over.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you want to take hot baths. You want to lay in bed, but you don't want to lay in bed. You want to get up, but you don't want to get up. You want to eat, but you can't eat. It's tormenting. It is tormenting. So I, being the smart girl I am, I'm like, I'm just going to take more pills because I don't ever want to feel like this again. So I started taking massive amounts of pills. And during this time, I met my boys. I have 2 boys, 17 and 19. I met their dad. So I meet him. He is, we started out wrong. We started out snorting cocaine together and partying together. I got pregnant, and instead of being like, yeah, I was like, I'm not going to drink for sure. I'm not going to snort cocaine because then I'd be a bad mom. But I will still take pills because that is prescribed by doctors. And I felt really good about that.
You just sort of justified it.
Stop smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Stop doing all that.
Yeah.
So I got pregnant and just kept taking pills and numbing all those feelings. Matt, their dad, he was also highly addicted to pills. We had a toxic relationship from the beginning. Nothing was right. Nothing was good. To deal with him and his big personality and his anger, I would numb. Didn't want to feel even my sister was like, are you sure like that he's the right guy for you? Like, and I was just like, I just didn't want to hear any of it. Just going into that Leah, that person who didn't want to deal with her emotions, didn't want to have hard conversations, didn't want to take responsibility for her actions. So I just continued to do that. Had another pregnancy during Braxton was like 9 months old.
Mm-hmm. When you were with Matt?
Yeah, I was with Matt. We
Yeah.
had moved to Texas because my parents were here. And that pregnancy turned out to be conjoined twins. And so we go to the first ultrasound and the lady is like, it's not a good situation. She's like not talking and I'm getting really scared. And I'm like, something's wrong. Like this baby is not alive in my body right now. And she literally like drops the machine, runs out of the door, goes and gets a doctor, and they just sit and stare at this screen. And I'm like bawling. I'm bawling. And I'm like, please just tell me what's going on. Please just say what's going on. And he goes, I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks like you have conjoined twins inside of you. And he was like, you're going to have to go to a specialist. Go to the specialist. They tell me they're joined from the neck all the way down to the pubic area. So they share a heart, a liver, and intestines. And what they're saying is that the chances of either one of them making it are not good. And if they thought that they would make it, they would fly me to the best doctors. Like they were like, we would pay for everything. So they were like, we believe you should terminate the pregnancy because it would put you at risk. So
wow,
I have an abortion, which again, one of those moments in life where you look back and at that time, I didn't understand. No woman, like, I don't care what your thoughts are about abortion. Yeah. It is super traumatic. It is super traumatic. And I didn't grieve the twins. I didn't think about them after that. I popped pills. I kept going into that dark place. Yeah. Dark place of course I thought it was my fault. Of course I thought it was my fault. So internalize that. And it's just a sad time. We got pregnant quickly after that too. So imagine all those feelings.
Yeah,
those
coming
hormones.
back up again, right?
Yeah. And not dealing with it. trying to be joyful during a pregnancy after something like that is like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after that, I would love for you to share a little bit about how you met,
Yeah.
your current husband. That's just like,
Yeah. So after we had to run from Matt and I had to run from our problems because we owed so much money to all these different drug dealers for popping pills. So we moved to Oregon, and I had Kingston and Braxton. They were really, really young, and Matt and I moved there. We couldn't get pills anymore. I started to come off of them, and in doing that, I had a neighbor who was a meth addict. And I was like, this will help me get off of pills. So I started buying meth from her. Really, really long story short, Matt and I broke up. Horrible breakup. I ended up evicted from that house. And instead of like calling my family and saying, like, I need help, I went into a total rebellion of like, I'm going to figure this out on my own. I'm going to do this by myself. Like, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm nothing and I'm done. So I was homeless for a couple of years. At the tail end of that, I was going to buy drugs in the middle of the night, and I was with a guy that, I didn't know him very well.
yeah.
But I felt like I was in a situation that could escalate just because of how the difference in highness, if you will, of me and him. So we go to this house and we knock on the door, and Shane, my now husband, answers the door. And for some reason, only the Lord knows how or why, he let me in his house and told the guy to leave, which is just, in hindsight, a true miracle. Like a true miracle that even though we are operating in sin, we are operating at like the highest level of rebellion, God is so good even in those moments.
He so
So
is. Wow.
I go in and Shane leaves, which that part of the story is so important because I'm so used to everything being transactional. I'm so used to everything, even if it's not like drugs for sex, it's still, they want to be around you. They want to hover. They want it. It's such a, the lifestyle is just like that. So the fact that he left made me feel so safe. And I remember that. Like, I remember it sticks out of my mind for the rest of my life. It'll be like that. So, 2 weeks after that, 2 or 3 weeks after that, and Shane and I had started a relationship, if you want to call it that. My parents found me. They contacted the police department in that area that I was living in, and they found out where I was. And because I had been, in trouble a couple times, so it wasn't hard to find me. And involved in a couple raids. But my parents came to get me. They came with a huge moving truck. So sad. I had nothing. I had nothing. And I remember them sitting down with me at Applebee's, and I hadn't been in a restaurant in 2 years. You don't go, like, life isn't normal. And they're like looking at me like they don't know what to say. And they were like, "Do you want to go back to Texas with us?" Because my ex had taken the boys from Oregon to Texas. And they were like, "Do you want to try to gain back custody?"
Yeah. Wow.
And I was like, yes, yes. And they were expecting no, which was heartbreaking, like when they told me that. So um, Shane had met my dad because he was helping me like get my stuff in the truck. And my dad looked at Shane and said, if you ever want a better life, you're welcome in Texas. And that's the part of my dad that he modeled Jesus so well. He modeled Jesus so well. Like, mind you, he knows this man is having sex with his daughter. He knows that we are smoking meth. And yet he offers and extends grace and offers his house. And at the time, I was like, I don't know this guy. Like, I don't care about this guy. I'm going to go get my boys back. That's all I care about. So I was just like, meh. Like, I didn't even give it another thought. We go back to Texas and start the process of custody and getting the boys back. And Shane stays. He stayed. He called me all the time. He asked me how the boys were doing. And he left everything. He left it all. His family. He sold everything. He had 2 garage sales to sell everything he owned. And he moved to Texas. It's just wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you and I spoke before us doing this, you had said that, correct me if I'm wrong, you had said that Shane, you got your meth from him. So basically, the guy that you got meth with, the guy you got meth with in the middle of the night is now your husband.
Exactly.
I mean, if there is anybody that doesn't believe in miracles, that's just like unbelievable, Leah. I mean, that's unbelievable. And anyone that knows Shane, I mean, he's got such a heart of gold, man. Like, he is such a loving, amazing person. So that was totally God ordained.
It really, really was.
So you guys moved to Texas.
Yep. I moved first and started that process of getting the boys back, which was not easy at all because I had done so many things to hurt myself and to hurt it was hard. So Matt was dating a girl at the time. She didn't like me. Go figure. It's like, no wonder. But she started calling CPS on me. Calling CPS on me and Shane.
Okay.
We were, we're meth heads. She knows that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what at the time was hard is I knew that Matt and her were snorting Adderall, which if anybody doesn't know this, it's the same thing. It is the exact same thing.
Really?
Adderall,
I didn't know that.
when it's not prescribed to you, is methamphetamine. It's just the way it is. And so
oh my God, I learned something today.
Frustrating for me at that time because I'm like, you guys.
You're like, who are you to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But she was calling in anonymously to CPS saying that we were hurting the kids. So the boys would be checked on in the middle of the night by law enforcement. We would be woken up in the middle of the night. Shane and I are living with my parents. The boys at this time, like I kind of fast forwarded, but we had gone to court and the judge had said, you at least have to split some sort of agreement in the meantime until we do final orders. So the boys got to come and be with us and they would call CPS on us all the time. was getting drug tested, hair follicle tests, like they were cutting my hair out to make sure I wasn't using, and rightly so, rightly so. But again, I'm like, can you please test them as well? Because I know that they are doing drugs and they wouldn't. So we're in the middle of a custody battle. We are going to Williamson County. I have a lawyer. Matt's going, he's defending himself, which is fine. But in that time, I dropped the boys off to Matt one day and I just had a sick gut feeling. Like, I don't know, mother's intuition. I knew when I dropped them off, something was wrong.
Yeah.
I call him a couple hours later, Matt, and he's driving. And I'm like, hey, can I talk to the boys? And he was like, no. And I was like, Matt, is everything okay? And he was like, you can't talk to the boys. And I was like, okay. And I told Shane, I said, something's wrong. I know that something's wrong. We get a call 3 days later. I had tried to get the police to go check on them. And they said nothing could be done until something was, basically until harm was done. Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
3 days later, I get a call from Salt Lake City, Utah. It is the CPS there. They said, I have Braxton and I have Kingston, and we need you to come get them within 72 hours or they will be put into the system because their dad took them to the emergency room to get the microphones that their mom implanted in their ears removed. So when that happened, he was taken to the psych ward because
oh my gosh.
And when you're up for many days, you go into psychosis.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Your body's not meant to be up that long.
Yeah. So wait, I got to go back to the microphones. Microphones in their ears?
Yes.
Tell me more.
What I believe happened is, he was fleeing. He knew that the walls were closing in. And what I believe is that the boys were asking for me and that he was like, stop talking about your mom. Now, this could not be, I would have to call Matt and make sure that this was accurate. This is just what I think as a mama, that in his psychosis, he's like, that she's talking to them. She's talking to them. She's brainwashing them because everything's a conspiracy. Everything always goes back to
well, there's paranoia when you're using,
so
right?
True.
I mean, and haven't used, but I can imagine like it's extreme paranoia.
It's so bad. And that's exactly what happened. So thank God he went in. Thank God he went into the ER, and thank God they were safe, and the boys don't remember this, but they got taken to CPS. I went and got them. When I walk into the location, I walk in and Braxton's like playing with Legos, and he looks up and he's like, hey mom. And I'm like, hey babe. And it's just like the weirdest thing. And I take him and I get full custody at that point because unfortunately, like Matt,
I mean, they literally must have thought he's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point.
Yes. And then they do drug test him, and then they do know everything. And of course, at this time, he's admitting that he is on drugs because he needs help. He needs major help. And he actually got help, and he actually got sober. And so, like, I'm super proud of him and the work that he did on that. But I got sober. I got sober in 2011. And that judge looked at me when he gave me full custody, and he said, if you ever even smell alcohol again, I will take these boys from you. And
wow,
it really scared me because I had almost lost them.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Leah.
This is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
It's nuts.
I mean, what could you tell a woman who's struggling with addiction or like self-doubt, avoidance, running, right? You were taught running, which isn't that fascinating, by the way, if I can just say, your mom and dad ran and you moved.
Yep.
And then that's what you picked up.
Yep.
Is we have to run from this problem and issue or these problems. And wow, like what would you say to that woman that's running or that's, dealing with some of the things that maybe you dealt with?
I would tell her that it is not going to be easy. And I know that that's not what anybody wants to hear, but facing yourself is not easy, but it can be done. And I would also say that sobriety is nothing without Jesus. Because after I got sober, I still continued self-destructive behavior. I still continued it. So it takes time. You have to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
You have to give yourself grace. But also it takes not listening to the thoughts in your head that tell you who you are. The thoughts in your head, or maybe it's people. Like, you're worthless, you're trash, you are your mistakes, you are dirty, you're an addict.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
You can't listen to those things.
Wow, Leah. Unbelievable. If you could share with a woman that's listening that has been just in this downward spiral of addiction, running, just avoidance of really filling allowing God to fill the void, basically, right? Because that's what we do, right? Is we run from that. We
Mhm.
run from
Mhm.
him. What would you say to her?
I would say, one, you've never gone too far. It doesn't matter what you've done. You've never gone too far. And you just are loved. You are seen. Um, and I just would say, get to a point of not loving that part of you. You have to kind of get disgusted with yourself to really, really quit. Rock bottom
Yeah.
is being done with, and AA goes into this, being done, really getting to the end of yourself. The Lord talks about that. You have to be fully empty to receive him and receive his love. So I would highly
Yeah.
suggest to any woman listening to this, is this what you want? Is this how your story was supposed to go? And I know it's not.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I talk about this a lot with women. There's a moment we have to all get to where we look in the mirror and we say, enough is enough. So I think what you're saying is like, get to that place where you're saying, enough is enough. I have to make a change.
Yeah.
I love that you said, um, you're not trash.
Mhm.
Before we did this, you talked about how you are royalty and you're not trash. And that, and Jesus loves you no matter what, no matter what, no matter what.
Exactly.
I mean, you had those, not even strike one, strike two, strike three, and my husband has similar past, but he's not counting your strikes, right? And so I just love that. I mean, I think that's the big girl thought.
It's so
He's
good.
not counting your strikes. He loves you so much and he wants more. And I think that we all do that where it's not about the world. It's about what his word and the truth says for us. And we're just, like
Yeah,
he's the best daddy.
he is.
He's
And
the best daddy to run to.
when I came back to him,
Mhm.
my marriage was almost dissolved. Shane and I got to a really dark place. We weren't, I called us roommates because we weren't at all what a married couple should be. And I was in my bathroom and the Lord came to me and he said, in the sweetest, kindest way, "Are you done?"
Mm.
And I just remember thinking, like, he's been waiting for me. He's been waiting for me this whole time and he wants to spend time with me. And it took time to really know that I wasn't trash, that I wasn't unworthy. It took time. There's layers. And even now, he'll bring thoughts to me, old memories where I'm like, okay, he wants to heal that. He wants to heal that because sometimes, as moms, as anybody, I guess, we get haunted by our past mistakes. Addiction loves past mistakes. So when a past mistake comes up in your mind, and it will, that's an invitation from the Lord to take it to him and have him wash it in his beautiful blood and then give it back to you. Because you can have those memories. You can still have power in those memories. They don't have to trigger you. Um,
Mm.
and that's what's
Yeah, that's
happening
so
now.
good. Wow.
That's
Yeah.
what he's doing now. He's taking every memory and he's just showing me like it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and I think too, like there's this I think there's a huge difference when we accept Jesus and when we're really walking with
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
And I feel like there was a lot in your story that like we can say all the words,
It's so
but like when we put it into action, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I find lately, I mean, I'll read a scripture and it didn't hit me like it does today.
Yes.
Like take every word, every thought captive. Like that is just like it. I think we just sort of brushed over it, or at least I did for years, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, seriously, like we have to. And then just speaking life, not death, over ourselves so that we can then, speak life to others. It's a huge, huge thing. I mean, I don't, Leah, I cannot thank you enough for sharing. I love you. I want to just end with something kind of fun. I call them it's like a little rapid fire, just cute little girly list.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so coffee or tea?
Tea.
Heels or sneakers? I already know what you're going to
Sneakers.
say. I know. Beach vacation or mountain getaway?
Beach.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I was totally going to peg you as a night owl.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Don't talk to me at nighttime.
Okay. And there's my sister again. Lip gloss or lipstick?
Lip gloss.
Spa day or shopping spree?
Spa day.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Netflix binge or book in bed?
Book in bed.
Oh, yeah.
Book in bed. There are seasons.
I mean,
Yeah.
depends, right?
Yeah.
That one's a good one. That
Don't
one's
give
good.
me a Netflix documentary. I'll eat that thing alive.
Wait, have you seen one recently that you loved?
So many. There's this one right now of this mama
Yeah.
that sent text messages to her daughter. I don't remember what it's called right now. It's called Catfish. It is.
You're not supposed to know that. She gave away the.
I apologize. Maybe cut this part
shoot.
out.
Okay, that's okay.
No, just to her. That was.
No,
I
that's
know.
okay. That's
I'm
okay.
so
I'm gonna
sorry.
watch it.
You have to watch it. I knew before going in, and I was still like, "What?"
Is it just
What?
like a big mind screw?
You will never understand.
Okay.
Yeah, you will
All
never
right.
understand.
Catfish.
I am now more confused than when I went into the Netflix show.
Wow. Okay. Well, listen, we're all about making recommendations here.
Highly recommend.
Thank you so much for listening, for watching. I love you so much. Leah, I love you. Thank you so much.
So much.
Mwah.